Hi, welcome to our math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on rational expressions and equations. Today I'm going to do two equations. Rational means fraction, equation means we can clear our fraction, not have to manipulate denominators. This first one is pretty nice. There's two terms. Both of them have the same least common denominator, x plus 5. This tells us that x cannot equal -5. Doing the least common denominator does two things for us. It tells us how to clear our fraction, and it tells us what answers we can't accept. Okay, I'm going to go through and multiply both sides by x plus 5. Cancel, 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 cancel. I end up with x squared plus 5x equals 3x plus 15. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. I will subtract that 15 as well, so that I have x squared plus 2x minus 15 equals 0. I set this all equal to 0 because I had an x squared term and an x term. If I only have one term with a variable, I isolate. But in this case, I have two terms with a variable, which means I need to factor. And if I have to factor, I have to have my equation equal to 0. If it's equal to anything else, there's no rule that says if two numbers multiply together and equal 5, one of them is 5. That's not a rule. Actually, if two numbers multiply together and equal 5, the likelihood that one of them is 5 is 1 in infinity. The only time it would be 5 if it's 1 times 5. So the rule for 0 tells us if two numbers multiply to be 0, then we know absolutely one of them has to be 0. It's a zero product property, and it's one of my favorites. Okay, so if we factor this, we get x plus 5 times x minus 3. Two numbers that multiply to a -15 and add up to a +2. So this equation of 0 is if x is -5, because -5 plus 5 is 0, or if x is 3, 3 minus 3 is 0. We double check. -5 is going to give us a 0 in the denominator. So x equaling 3 is our only available answer. For number 16, if we factor this, x plus 6, x minus 6, we see that our least common denominator is x plus 6 times x minus 6, or x squared minus 36. We're going to use both forms, so we may as well write both of them. Our domain tells us that x cannot be -6 or 6. Those are our restricted values. Okay, so what I'm going to do to clear my fraction is multiply everything through by x plus 6, x minus 6. But for my 4, I'm going to use my second form, x squared minus 36. I'm going to have to multiply them back out. I may as well just simplify the matters and use the multiplied out version when I go to the 4, because nothing's going to cancel when 4 is over 1. So cancel the x minus 6's. I'm left with x times x plus 6 equals, cancel everything, 72 plus 4 times x squared minus 36. All right, not small numbers, but it's easier. There's no fractions anymore. X squared plus 6x equals 72 plus 4x squared minus 144. All right, x squared plus 6x equals 4x squared minus 72. Minus x squared minus 6x. I want to bring everything over to the same side. I may as well make it where the leading term is positive. Oops, that's a 3 now. 3x squared minus 6x minus 72. I'm going to divide both sides through by 3. This is another beautiful thing about an equal sign. I'm also going to flip this around so that I have x squared minus 2x minus, let's see, 3 goes into 7 twice, minus 24 equals 0. I could have left the 3 out front, don't have to. Now, two numbers that multiply to 24 and add up to 2, that's going to be, let's see, x minus 6 and x plus 4. So x is equal to 6 or -4. Now I have to, so 6 minus 6 is 0, -4 plus 4 is 0. I need to quickly come back up here and check my domain and note that 6 is a restricted value. So I'm left with x equaling -4 as my only viable solution, because 6 would have given me a 0 in the denominator of my fractions. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy all my videos. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.